Hey, campers and travelers, how's it going out there? Yeah, so I thought I'd take a minute and talk about mapping because what I'm doing right now, I started doing this morning, is kind of taking a deeper look at where I want to go, possibly this winter, and pre mapping it out, pre planning it out. And I thought while I was doing that, I'd kind of give you some insight as to how I look at mapping and traveling by bicycle. And mine is, it is an e-bike. I don't want to say it's an e-bike. I'll take on my bike. Let's put it that way. I I'll tell you where I've been with it. I've traveled from here in Southwest Missouri, Branson area, let's say. Traveled along here all the way to Tucson, and I camped in Tucson for a few months, all the way through wintertime, and then I rode it back. Now I did all that on an e-bike without solar panels. I'm not hauling any trailers or anything like that. Just the biggest solar panel I was carrying was like a little 10 watt just to charge my phone up, and I never even had to use it. That whole trip, I never even had to use it. Um, all along this route here that you see, which is a good route. If I wanted to travel by bike to this part of the country again, this is the route I would take. Because this part right here through Kansas is probably one of my favorite parts, because scattered along the way I've got charging spots, which are basically the way they do it in Kansas is the little city and little town parks. They're real cool. They leave all their outlets accessible to the public. Every time I needed one, I found one along this route here, and I've got them all marked. Along this route, I've also got. I never used a hotel once. I stealth camped, and I've got all my spots marked along here on this route. And yeah, I traveled by e-bike from here, Tucson, and then back. And I traveled by bicycle without a motor from San Diego to here, back to San Diego, back to here, then put a motor on it. Traveled, like I said, to Tucson, back here. But I have traveled down through here to Texas, and I'll never go down there again. The problem I have down there is this: everything's fenced off. Trying to find a spot when you need one to camp at, it's very difficult. Yes, I always found one. Sometimes I would have to ride so many miles ahead further than I wanted to. But yeah, I'm looking at going down here this winter, maybe cruising along here, down here towards Tennessee and hitting this Natchez Trace, and going down here, possibly down here. And I don't know. I haven't really toured on a bicycle in Florida, so I kind of want to do that. Just because I know there's a lot of places I can duck and hide, and I'm set up for it, to stealth camp. So probably do that down a lot in here. Probably do that a lot down in here. But one of the things I look at when I'm mapping out is, you get on, because the way I look at America now is basically a big city, interconnected city. So, as I'm sitting, because I've never traveled down here yet through Tennessee, so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, you got all your big cities here. You got your Nashville, your Memphis, and all the big cities. Your Little Rock, Arkansas. Anywhere you see these interstates, the reason that's there is to keep the cities connected. Basically they're using these interstates to turn it into one big city. They got everybody running back and forth like chickens with their heads cut off from city to city. Don't know which way they're going. That's just how I look at it. That's the parts I try to avoid, is all that congestion and high traffic to and fro. stuff that's going on. And so as I'm looking at this map right now, I'm thinking, well, I want to make a cut, probably hit some sports authorities up down in here, stuff like that. I'm still in the beginning stages of this planning, but it's starting to rain. I'm gonna have to cut this off. It'll be noisy. All right, I'll talk to you later. I thought I'd talk a bit